How have baseball error definitions changed historically? Imagine a game where every play is judged not just by what happens but by how well the players are expected to perform. That's what errors are all about in baseball. Errors are charged when a fielder makes a misplay that lets a batter or runner advance or keeps an inning going. This idea has been around since the 1800s, but how those mistakes are judged has shifted over time. Early on, scoring errors was pretty simple but also pretty inconsistent. Local newspaper writers often scored errors differently, depending on their judgment. They looked at whether a play was difficult or easy and decided if a fielder should have made it. Over time, the rules became more formal. Major League Baseball's Rule 10.12 states that an error is charged when a fielder fails to make a play with ordinary effort. But what counts as ordinary effort is pretty subjective. What one scorer sees as a routine play, another might see as a mistake. As players got better and equipment improved, plays that once were errors might no longer be scored as such. In the early days, poor field conditions and rough equipment led to more errors. For example, players like Herman Long, who played in the late 1800s and early 1900s, recorded over 1,000 errors in his career. Today, players make fewer errors because fields are better maintained and gloves are more advanced. The way errors are scored has also become more standardized since the late 1970s. This helps make player comparisons across eras a little fairer, but some differences still remain. Errors impact other stats too. If a run scores because of an error, it is considered unearned, which affects a pitcher's earned run average. Batters do not get credited with runs scored from errors when calculating runs batted in. Over the years, the definition of an error has stayed pretty much the same, but how it's applied has changed a lot. This means that comparing defensive stats from different eras needs to take into account these differences in scoring. In the past, players like Long might have had many more errors simply because of the standards and conditions of their time. Today, errors are fewer, but the way they are judged continues to evolve, making the history of baseball errors a fascinating story of changing standards and improving skills.